1 year ago, Ikaara CEO began with one simple belief that every young CEO has a story worth sharing, and every story has the power to inspire someone else to start, keep going, or dream bigger. Today, as we celebrate our first anniversary, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude to every guest who has trusted us with their journey, every viewer who has watched, subscribed, commented, and even shared an episode. Oh, thank you. You have made Ikaara CEO more than a podcast. You've helped build a community of bold, resilient, and purpose-driven leaders. And guys, this past year has reminded us that leadership isn't about having all the answers. No, it's about showing up, learning continuously, embracing failure, and choosing to grow anyway. And as we look ahead, this is only the beginning. We are committed to bringing you even more honest conversations, practical lessons, and meaningful connections and stories from young CEOs who are shaping the future of Africa and beyond. And to every young CEO watching, keep building, keep believing, and never underestimate the impact of your vision. Here's to another incredible year and to many more conversations that will inspire all of us to keep on listening, learning, and leading. Happy first anniversary, Ikaara CEO. Yay!
My motivation to start Ikaara CEO stems from various inspirations. My first inspiration is the death of my father that occurred on the 24th of February, 2025. Way back in 2019, when COVID-19 had just broken out, I used to sit down with friends using our phone and would record talking about topics ranging from women empowerment, money, business, among others. After some time, I reluctantly left that. And that is when TikTok was a trend. I started making funny TikTok videos where I would dance, either use funny faces. And my father told me one time that he wishes that I had stayed on the track of talking about issues about women, empowerment, life, business, and so forth, instead of the funny TikTok videos that I was doing. I didn't understand at that time. I told myself, that's okay. But when he passed away this year, in February, I asked myself, what better way can I have my father remembered all the time? And I saw it fit that on the 16th of August, since it is my birthday, I should reward myself a gift, which is this podcast. Ikaara CEO is a podcast that I intend to dedicate to my late father, Mr. Dan Mwesigwa Paseka Atura Akiki. But also, it is a platform for us as young entrepreneurs to share knowledge. I mean, I'm going to be sitting down with like-minded people that have gone through the struggles, the hassles, the joys of starting and running a business successfully. It will also be to amplify the voices, of those people under 40 and have the vision of creating, innovating, and sustaining solutions that will bring impact and great motivation to Africa and the world at large. Creating of social impact. The platform will be to discuss innovative solutions. These solutions are the ones that will be ranging from health, wealth, creativity, morals, construction, among others. And this will be creating the social impact that we need. But also will be creating a network of young, enterprising CEOs, founders, entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs of all kinds from all sectors and segments, but also creating a legacy. Ikaara CEO podcast will serve as a legacy podcast, documenting insights and impactful stories of all young and promising CEOs and entrepreneurs of our world. Ikaara CEO, learn, lead, and grow. My inspiration to start Geja Women Foundation is derived from my past. I was born by two school-going children. My mother was 14 and my father was 16 years old by the time of my birth. At the age of 18, I became pregnant and gave birth to an amazing daughter. That and the challenges that I had gone through growing up drove me passionately to start the Geja Women Foundation. Geja is derived from a Luganda word, okugeja, meaning grow big. But at Geja, we don't want women to just grow big in size or shape. We want them to grow big in how they think, how they talk, and how they manage issues that are affecting them on a daily basis, so that to use that pain and challenge to stand up and be able to speak up for their own rights. Safe Girl Initiative, Uganda, was inspired from one of our first girl child beneficiaries, who was Nachigude Prosi. I used to stay with Nachigude Prosi in my one-bedroom house. And one day, one of the evenings, I see Prosi fidgeting in the corners of our bedroom. When I asked her, she turned, only for her to have a roasted banana leaf. When I asked her what the banana leaf was for, she told me that that is what her mother had taught her and her other siblings to always be using. At that point, I felt so bad. I felt like I was never grateful because I thought I was the one that had so many challenges. But having looked at Prosi with the roasted banana leaf made me to go to one of my mentors, Etienne Salbon, whom I requested to give me 60,000 UGX. And the next morning, together with my team, we went to Owino Market in hopes of getting materials that could at least make Prosi something that is more comfortable and hygienic than the roasted banana leaf. And that was the birth of the Safe Girl kit. The Safe Girl kit comes with 2 reusable sanitary pads, a cotton knicker, a storage bag, and a mosquito repellent soap. We believe this is an answer to a more hygienic, affordable, and long-lasting for a girl or woman. This is an answer to breaking period poverty in Uganda and all around Africa. The biggest early challenges ranged from the capacity to source for funding, to run the programs at Geja Women Foundation. But also one of the key challenges that I remember was what at first I thought was an opportunity, where I got a call from one lady one evening to make 1,000 reusable sanitary pads. I was excited. I told my team. That time we only had one sewing machine. Where we were staying at that point, we did not have electricity. I told this lady that yes, we can produce 1,000 reusable pads by the next morning. In high gears, we rose with my team, went to a neighbor, borrowed space because they had electricity. The whole night, we were producing the kits. But towards 6 a.m., I called this client and telling her that out of their 1,000 reusable pads, we were only able to make 980. Meaning that we were left with only 20 pads to make 1,000. But because power had also run out, we could not complete. And I was asking her if it is possible that she takes the 980. Guess what? On that phone call, this woman said that she does not work with incompetent Ugandans. The woman called me and my team incompetent. Imagine having spent the 12 hours of the night awake, producing, and the product was not taken. I just told my team, stop. I was crying. And I told them, let's go and sleep. I never told them the reason as to why we had stopped. But I was crying. I asked myself why. I felt like a failure. The word incompetent kept on ringing in my head for a number of days. But guess what? After a week, I got another client who requested to take 700 of those reusable pads. And they paid more money compared to what the first client had offered. That became a win for us. And from that day, we just step on the challenges. We use them to create another path that can lead us to the success that we need. God gave me a very intelligent daughter. Many times, and I sit back and I ask myself, if I had not given birth at the age of 18, what would I be? Which kind of girl or woman would I be? But guess what? Me giving birth at the age of 18 molded me into the CEO I am today. One afternoon, my daughter brings me a guest. And when this lady came to me, she asked me, what do I do?
We encourage women's startups whereby these local women who have not had chance to attend formal education can start up their own businesses through our system of mentoring and coaching.
We can be friends,
exactly.
Not
we can be great friends, but when we can't be
you guys, do you know that by the time you keep that ex of yours after breakup with your friends, in quotes of calling yourselves friends, that you can always go back?
No.
And what is wrong with going back?
What is wrong with going back?
And what is wrong with going back if the person was
no. When you've ever loved someone,
going to die because you've gone back.
You're not going to hate them. You will love them, but in another way. Not like
yes,
as a friend, when you don't have those kind of emotions and feelings you had for them, when
Exactly.
the feelings are completely
They've
different.
gone.
No,
Done.
that is not a done
then,
business. By the time we started this relationship, we opened up together and we are like, okay,
You
now
opened up together. What do you mean by you opened up together?
we opened up ourselves to be together.
Yeah.
Now the time has come. We are saying, okay, I ran to the studio.
Keep yourself mentally alert. Given all the challenges, given the crying night, nights and days. How do you revive yourself and you come back strong? You're like, I am not giving up on smart kitchen solutions. They are very simple. First of all, having a supportive family. First of all, they were biased, taking part of this journey of entrepreneurship. But then with time, when they saw, hey, okay, yeah, okay. When money started coming in, then I traveled, my first time to travel. I'm like, hey, you're serious. So now it is also my strong, supportive, I would say, network. Secondly, having positive-minded people around you that, even though it's one or two, they may not really provide you with a lot, but you've got this. You don't know who you are. Yeah? You'll be like, now these things that failed. You are bigger than that. So, like, having also those kind of people around me that have helped me a lot. A lot. Then the third one, I would say it's God. It's God that there is the way I've created a friendly relationship with Him, that if I feel like things are not okay, I start quarreling with Him. Yes, we quarrel, we beat. How? Please, go. Yes, but I imagine, because you can't see Him, so I just quarrel. Ningamba Katonda, how can you allow your child to go through this? Why are you testing me? Because I've got to a point to understand that any challenge that you go through, you are being nurtured for a next step. So now I ask him, Katisebo, what are you teaching me now? Don't you feel that I'm having a lot of pain? Like being so seko. So Teresa mukubanga. So me, that's how I really quarrel with God. Quarrel with God and be like, God, if you don't do this, I have learned, already now, from today, me and my God, we are going to be quarreling, because if it can work for Barbara, God, I know you can hear me. Wait for the quarrel. It is coming up next. Kubanga looks like it is the only way to go. Maybe lastly, I would say the kind of knowledge you seek out as a CEO, the books that you read. As Africans, we're not good also at reading. It takes time. So you find that even the kind of, for example, is it Ikaara? Ikaara CEO, that you follow them, then you listen to other people. How did they make it? And you get inspired, be like, kangume. And the others may be gymming, when I feel like, I just do a walk. Kabiso seko. Number, okay. So that's it. That's how you do. How do you see the role of clean cooking in the broader fight against climate change in Africa? So for clean cooking, it plays a big role. I would say cutting down trees, it is done because of different reasons, but also on the part of cooking, it contributes also in maybe destroying our environment, not only cutting down, but also the indoor air pollution that is being caused. And these are things that people get the repercussions in the long run. You may not get it right there, but slowly, it eats you up. And then you'll be like, there is a judge who lost her sight because of smoke. And so initially, this is something that they come out with time. Right now, we are facing the repercussions, that the consequences, the seasons are changing. You're a farmer. Yeah. And the rain, we used in June, heavy rain. People are harvesting their maize. Right now, people had prepared their gardens thinking that, oh, okay, it's going to rain. Yes.
serious sunshine. Akasana kapuyitama, and then you'll be like, okay, so what is going to happen next? Because slowly it is hitting us, but also in different ways. Mentally, what? But on the part of clean cooking, I would say if people get to know these technologies and also how to use them and where to get them, it will play a good role in ensuring that we take action on climate, because there is nothing that we can bring back that we have destroyed as us, the humans. So your partner reaches out to me and they're like, I want to do something for maybe my wife, but I don't know what to do really. So I'm going to ask you, first of all, what kind of lady do you have? You know, who is she? What does she like? What, like, I don't just come and I be like, oh, let's get her a bag. What if she doesn't like bag?
I know.
You know, maybe she's the kind who likes to travel. So anyway, yeah, the gift has to be a thoughtful gift. It has to be a meaningful gift. It has to really show that you put in effort. Well, you know, there's some people who are very, very easy to gift. Like, I could be here and I'm just impressed with just flowers, but with a handwritten note, right? But then you just want to, I don't know, send me like breakfast at work or stuff like that. Boring. Boring. Yeah. You can send that breakfast with that, you know, the card and the bouquet. We will appreciate that. So I think that's it really.
No. Guys, are you learning? Today, the lesson is for both gentlemen and the female. But I want to dedicate this lesson to the men, especially the men in our lives. As she said.
Sorry, just a disclaimer. You know, there's this notion of men are bad people, men are trash. Guys, men are good people.
Hey.
Men are very good people. For me, in my business, they are the best. They are the best. When he wants to, he will. So, men are good people. That's the story. Moral lesson, sorry.
Okay, guys, let me reserve my comments about men being good people or men being batabani bafarao. In her business, they work well. So, running a business and being an accountant, what are some of the lessons you've learned?
I think my greatest lesson or lessons, one is balancing time. The second one is seriously learning how to work under pressure. Because, like I said, you have to deliver on all fronts, right? So I could have a normal day, which is just one, let's say Thursday, right? But I have to show up at work. And unfortunately, my clients always want me to do the deliveries. Like, they want to know that I took the package. Sarah took the package. And then they'll ask me, so how did it go? How was she? Stuff like that. By the way, as part of being a florist or someone who's into the events and decor stuff or business, I would like to say another side hustle is being a therapist, an unpaid therapist to my clients. Like, you know, my clients come to me when they're having like relationship issues. And then now I have to get in and try and help them figure it out. And I'm like, oh, send a bouquet of flowers tomorrow. And the other day. And
guess who is making the money?
And that one. Please sample. Always love you. I was young, I was pretty. Yes. You're still young and pretty, I mean. There is this English fancy word that people like using. I am multifaceted. Wanje? Yes, that one, you had it right. I am multifaceted, meaning I tune my personality based on where I am. If you find me with kids, I will want to behave like a child. Okay. If you find me with the intellectuals, I would behave like them. If you find me in the garden, I'm a farmer, by the way.
I'm also a farmer.
Yes. So yes, so
Yeah.
I'll so I think it's a good trait to be someone who is flexible and someone who can adapt. So that's me.
Oh, nice.
I do very many things.
Take us through the process and all that before the Gender Tech Initiative Uganda.
Before all that, my story started from Gulu. That is why
People from
everything
Gulu,
started.
hello, Gulu people.
Yeah, it started from Gulu. I was as an IT student at Gulu University. But because I loved the screens, because I loved being in the media, I started working as a news anchor at a radio station in Gulu. Then it was called Choice FM. I think I'd studied like for 2 weeks, then I got a job at the radio station. And I worked for 4 years. Then I graduated. I moved to a different radio station where I was taken in as a producer. I was also manning the newsroom. And then that's when the hell broke loose. So there was this particular time I was, when you're investigating a story about a popular person, like someone has influence. Yeah. So there was this particular time I'd sent one of my reporters then to go to the field and, file stories. Every morning you have your editorial meetings and you assign tasks to your news reporters. So then this particular story, it was involving one of the key figures in the district. It was Gulu district then. And there was no one to go and file it, but we really needed to air it
out.
So I had to go and do it myself.
Instead of sending a reporter.
Yes, I was young, I was pretty. Yes.
You're still young and pretty, I mean.
Yeah, so I went to the field to meet this particular public figure. There was an allegation around harassment in his work, in his office, and then allegations about corruption. And then those topics would would rub public figures the wrong way, and it was really, So when my questions didn't go well with this particular person, I don't want to mention their names because it's a bit sensitive. That's when the harassment happened. Of course, I left my number innocently, thinking because he asked me to leave my number, so his secretary could get back to me with more details, not knowing that my number was going to be used to harass me. Yeah. So the rest is history. I ended up, among other reasons, I ended up doing what I call the detox. I left the broadcast media for quite some time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I may ask, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much did your family worry when you said you were going to work in tech and internet safety? Because given the fact that you have come from this background, you've already tested the harassment online, or how did your family worry, especially your children, your husband? Yeah.
Then it wasn't a thing. People didn't know much about online harassment. People didn't know that online harassment actually is a thing and is a violence that needed to be addressed. So, and by the way, when you go to report online harassment, because there is no way, because when you're reporting a case or when you're talking about something, people want proof, evidence that you've reported.
Everyone wants proof, I mean.
Yeah. And then we didn't know how to document some of these occurrences. We didn't know how to even write a statement that so and so harassed me online. The best way that we did them was to retrieve, leave, because if you're overly there, it's your safety vis-a-vis what you're trying to push for.
True.
So my family didn't know much about harassment, honestly. So I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say 4.
4.
Yeah, because they didn't know about it. They didn't know that.
Just like many of us don't know about harassment online, like how does it happen? But anyway.
Everybody wants to associate with somebody who people know and people trust. Another good thing about visibility is that people start to understand what you stand for and your values.
Sure.
And then those people who may want to approach but have already looked at you from outside and they have understood that Hannah stands for family, stands for this. That means if we're an alcohol brand, it's not going to make sense for us to reach out to Hannah, right? So visibility really allows the world to understand what you stand for. Number 2, it gives you
a lot of exposure.
Yeah.
Many people start to reach out to you for the things you are branding yourself as, for the things your business is branding as, right?
Yeah.
For me, I've gotten so many opportunities, Marjorie, so many opportunities because of visibility. I mean, even you reaching out and saying, Hannah, listen, we want to collab with Young and Branded. How would you have known me if I was not being visible?
Imagine. Let me tell you guys how I saw Hannah.
Yeah.
Let me take you back a story.
Yeah.
So Hannah launched Young and Branded.
Yes.
On the same day,
Yes.
I launched Ikaara na CEO.
Yeah.
It was the 16th of August, which is my birthday. I launched Ikaara na CEO, and I had seen her
Yeah.
put up posters, do content on Young. And I'm like, guys, I need to find this woman. I need to know who she is.
I know.
And guess what? Here we are
Here
today
we are.
in a collab.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And even I
Mm.
would not have accepted this collab
Mm.
if you are not also visible in your own capacity.
Yeah.
Because now why should I work with you? Now there is nothing to show for.
True.
Right?
True,
So
true,
visibility is something
key.
that every founder must work on. If
Mm.
you're there and you are shy of being on camera, then there are still other ways you can still be able to have people create content for you, for your business, or for your work.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
So let's go into talking about survival of brands beyond you. Beyond you, the founder and the CEO. How do brands survive beyond us? Or how do we survive the brands?
How do we survive the brands? Allowing them to be individual, right? You as you are your own person. Them as the businesses,
The entity.
businesses, they are also separate from you.
Yeah.
That is the only way you can be able to still be here and dance on TikTok, and nobody is going to say, but now you
Get ja.
now get ja.
Yeah.
You get? So that individuality is very important so that people can perceive you away from each other, but still in the same way, see you as a collaborative entity that works together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it also brings me to think that if I disappear tomorrow, if Young and CEO and Young and Branded disappear tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, I don't want Young and Branded to disappear. If Hannah Arinetwe disappear tomorrow, what would be Young and Branded like? So if you can choose as a CEO and founder to differentiate between who you are as a person and also let your brand run, it will make it more possible for sustainability purposes.
Definitely.
Have you known of brands that have collapsed because the owners died?
So many of them, but also because it needs to be an intentional thing. In Africa, I don't think we have really understood the art of building legacy. Kubanga in Africa, we believe that chitani kila kunze, chigwa kunze.
Yeah.
Meaning your dad can have a multi-million-dollar business, but his kids don't even know where the bank accounts are for that business. They don't know where, they don't know the best. Who is the okay, let them know who the supplier is. So that when you are not there anymore, they can still be able to see how to continue. But in Africa, we still haven't yet created that openness.
And because imagine, I am a parent, and the struggle of how we are doing our businesses, growing up in a family where you don't even know, apart from knowing that your father, maybe my father was an engineer, I don't know how much he makes. I don't know. Like, it's not until maybe when he has passed away and you begin seeing
things popping up.
Yeah, things popping up. So I think as founders and CEOs that are creating stuff, especially in our generation, we should learn to make sure that our brand goes beyond us.
I think let's first take it back a little bit. We need to learn how to be open. Those things of secrets. But now, those things of secrets create so many problems and tension.
In my legal career, I think that's where I get now to give off what I probably learned as a lawyer. So I go to court myself, I handle clients myself, I do corporate advisory myself. But when it comes to BMT Africa, I do not work alone. I have a whole range of people that I work with.
Wow.
People that even guide me on areas that I'm not so good at. Because, for instance, I'm not going to be the one, let's say, setting the stage on each and every event that the company is hired to work on. At Makoa Consulting Limited, I'm not going to be the one driving the merchandise all over the country. So I have people that I work with, and I think the structure that I have set together with my other co-directors,
your team members,
that's what helps us to survive.
Wow. Kati Ian, do you have your wallet with you?
I do.
Please bring out your wallet. Abooluganda tulina Doni omugagga era we are going to say our proposal as Ikaara na CEO Ian. So since you brought out your wallet, twocheeyo ffe aba Ikaara, we are looking to buy
Njagala bocha digitally.
Yaka twocha digitally. Tusome namba oba tulinda. Okay. 0787435759. Twocheeyo.
Ani aswipinga.
Ate bizemo okuswipinga guys.
Ani aswipinga, yes.
No, wewe bizemo okuswipinga nedda.
In a digital world now.
Kati.
Yes.
We have cases in media that normally attract public attention.
Yes.
Right? So give 2 cases that you think public completely misunderstood.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I would like to begin with one that is more into my area of specialization, which is corporate law, banking and finance. There's this case of Harm Enterprises versus DTB. I feel like it's one of those cases that changed the entire trajectory about in the banking sector, especially the aspect of credit financing. And at the start, everyone was wondering how court could say that a company that was not non-existent in Uganda could lend
Money to a
to a Ugandan company. Then later on, of course, on appeal, court decided otherwise, and eventually the Supreme Court managed to set the record straight that the loans can still be lawful. The loans are legal. It is something that even confused most of the legal minds around, but I feel like it was misunderstood in the first place. The fact that a non-existent company could lend without a license.
Case number 2.
Case number 2 in
I
my...
want you to speak about the most recent one. That is what I have in my head, but I don't know whether you speak about it.
Okay. Maybe it could be the one that I'm also referring to. Uganda versus Okello Onyum.
That one.
So for Okello, at the very, I feel like there are 2 aspects that maybe this matter has been misconstrued. The very first one is the fact that at the start, people felt like there's no way how court should even be allowing this gentleman to even be speaking.
Why would he speak? I'm among those Ugandans that was so mad that you are giving so much time and importance and value to a person who clearly killed.
I know.
But then there's an analysis that I also got to see that who really saw that Okello really killed.
Exactly.
Who recorded? What if he did not kill? Our lawyer we montamira. Like you begin changing things.
So I think the only one that was going by that opinion. Most people were up in rage, seeing him being arraigned in court and all that. So the ordinary Ugandan does not know that a person is not guilty
until proven.
Yes, so a person is innocent until you've been proven guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction. Not every court, but a court of competent jurisdiction. So for him at that time when he was being brought in, and most people felt bad when he was saying, "My Lord, I plead not guilty." Most people could not understand it, but that's what the law says. So that's the very first aspect of the confusion that hit it. Then the other thing about that same case, people are asking, other court cases are usually handled in court. then why is this one being brought
in the community,
in the public and all that?
Court.
Yes, and people, of course, did not know that at the time that matter was being determined, Uganda had come up with a law that allows judges and magistrates to move out of the formal court setting so that they can now hold these mobile courts from maybe in a public setting. And this is meant to help people bring justice closer to the people, and also help the judicial officers to maybe read other important aspects regarding the case. Let's say people's emotions. It could be the crime scene. Now you get to understand what actually transpired. If it's a land case, you now get to understand where exactly is the land, the boundaries, and all those things. So people are saying, so if he killed, he should also be killed, and it
immediately.
So, I know. But it's because of that law that has been introduced recently in this year, 2026, that allows judicial officers to move out of the formal and the normal court setting, and then probably bring justice closer to the people.
As long as you have the hive where the bees can be, you can put it in any safe space you feel like.
Did you carry any bees for us?
Unfortunately, no.
Why? Because when you say that
every time you see me,
you're bees yourself.
Just no. They're around the corner.
When you're training these women or youth, I believe there's so many moments that you've experienced. Take me through one emotional moment that you had during one of those trainings, and it really had your heart ache.
Oh, I would say quite a number of them, because all through I've worked with groups of people that have been, I would say, less favored in the community. So when you train someone today and the next time you go back, and at my age, someone older than me saying, Mama, I am now paying for my kids' school fees, it's a most touching moment. All the time I even tell the people I work with, I don't know, but I don't like people calling me Mama, but I'll take it because the children I've given birth to are way many than maybe I personally would biologically. But I've seen lives touched. I've seen women who are now making a life out of beekeeping, and it being a sector that is kind of, I would say, stretchy in terms of the value chain.
Yeah.
So you can either rear the bees, you can trade the honey, you can make the value-added products. So from wherever you are, you can just get into the stage and you feel like, I am now into the beekeeping sector. So it's not that, I would say, that technical that you cannot just start from anywhere.
You can start.
And for whichever stage, it is not capital intensive.
It is. Now, you somehow have tried to respond to my question that what is that one thing that people have not told us about the beekeeping business? If I wanted to start today, what is that one thing that you think you people that are doing the business have not told us?
The only thing they've not said about the beekeeping industry is the patience. You don't rush the bees. They'll take their time. You learn the discipline. You learn the systems. But the very key thing, which actually answers most of the problems that people say, lack of capital, lack of finances, land and everything, is that when you own one beehive, which is approximately 85,000, the cheapest.
Dollars.
Ugandan shillings.
Emitwalo munana
n'ekitundu.
Nsobola okuba nga nina beehive. How many does it host? How many inhabitants does this have?
About 1 million. This family works in, millions. At the end of the day, you're going to be harvesting about 20 kilograms, which we are now talking about 200,000 from one hive.
You know what is wrong with you people that do these businesses? Muja anonga mwakola your own research.
Patience.
And you begin telling us that if I started with 85,000, I'm going to be earning 200,000, and I start this beehive. Please, Daphne,
how many businesses do you know apart from beekeeping?
Well, not so many apart from what I have started myself.
Take me through a few of the processes you would say.
I started by buying machines.
Which were?
450,000 and
Exactly.
above.
450 is me owning about close to 50 hives.
Wow.
So for any business, there are key things that, yes, make the business. If I was to go into dairy, I need a cow.
Yes, true.
Which is not less than $1 million. But I need to feed it.
You need to feed it.
I don't feed the bees. They work for themselves. They just give me my returns.
What are those traits people would be surprised that you possess, you as Daphne?
I think people would only be surprised to find out of how introverted I am.
Are you a quiet person?
Yes,
Is introvert meaning quiet or?
I don't really think it's that way, but I like self-reflection.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will see me and they'll say, but you're bold, you're outgoing, but a lot of times when I get back home, I just want to be in my own space.
Yeah.
So I'm not really saying it's being quiet, but
describe yourself in only 5 words.
5 words.
Yeah. One
that I would not miss is resilient. 2 is I would say, I don't have so many words that define me. Calm. And I would say resilient. I would say how do you say when you're that person that won't give up no matter?
Muiribi. No, Muiribi is downtown. What is that word?
I do not know. Not quite many, but I would say one of the characters that I know about myself is that I would be very resilient. I would be very innovative. Yes, innovative, resilient, calm, and respectful.
Respectful. Yes. Okay. Now, being respectful, tell me of a scenario when the bees won and you lost.
They win in their world, but normally I get the final win because I get the money.
Hey, mama.
A day, yes, there is a day I walked into the hive very confident, my suit on, smoker with, knife, everything that you'd think of a beekeeper would walk with to the apiary. The easiest word I can say is that I moved out faster than I intended to. The moment I walked in, they decided to also walk through, and it wasn't a good story.
And they won.
Yes, they did.
But you later won at the end of the day.
Yes.
With the money.
Yes.
How much money do you make on a monthly?
On a monthly, I would...
We're not having police outside. No one is going to come and arrest you. Just tell us how much.
But like 400 is just a vision.
400 million when you start with only 85,000 is just a vision, guys.
It's a vision.
Yeah. Okay, Daphne. Here at Ikaara, we have a signature segment. Yes. It is called the CEO Rapid Fire. We believe here that leadership is not just about success, it's about clarity of thought under pressure. I will present you 5 phrases, and your role is just to give me truth or myth. Are you ready?
Let's roll it.
Bees work harder than most employees.
True.
Honey never expires.
True.
But the business patterns do.
True.
For some of us who never went to a real professional driving school, how would you help people like us?
Please come through. It's actually free of charge, the theory bit. You just come to our branches, any of our branches on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and they take you through.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What is that most unusual question a student has asked you during a lesson?
Can I learn how to drive in 2 days?
And do you think that is possible?
No, it's not possible.
Oh, I can't learn how to drive in 2 days. But I mean, you guys just sit behind something and you're doing.
No, learning is a process. It's something you have to do continuously to be so good at it.
Yeah.
If I tell you going to learn how to drive in 2 days, you're going to knock people on the road.
You're going to knock.
Yes, you're going to make errors on the road. It's very good to take at least 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks.
since it is a step-by-step
Yes.
process. Okay, I'm going to name a driving skill and you will explain how it applies in running a real business, right? Okay, checking mirrors constantly,
Being cautious,
smooth braking.
to know when to do, how to do, and where to do. What
Okay.
you're going to do from.
Knowing when to overtake.
That's like networking. You meet a group of people, pitch your business, and let people know what you do. I promise it to work out.
Pulling over when overwhelmed.
Sometimes you just need to sit and look back
Sometimes you just need to sit
and look back.
and look back. Kampala is hectic. Driving through Kampala, as you said in the beginning, needs a lot of patience, right?
Yeah.
What more does one need to be able to drive in Kampala? Or around the world, or around all the districts that Lean Driving School is being positioned today?
They need to keep going for refresher courses because you realize the industry is revolving. Now we have hybrid cars. Someone who is used to driving these other cars
Yep.
may not drive these hybrid cars. So you keep on coming for refresher courses to driving schools. Of course, I'll say Lean Driving School,
Yep.
so that you get this knowledge, which you apply to use in wherever you are in the world.
Okay. So, Lynn, at Ikaara CEO, we have our signature segment and we call it Truth or Myth. It's the CEO Rapid Fire. I am going to present you 5 bold statements and you will have to respond with only myth or truth without thinking and without pausing.
Are you saying myth or truth?
Yeah, just myth or truth. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Men are more confident behind the wheel than women.
Myth.
You can tell someone's ability of driving by the car they own.
Myth.
The hardest part of driving in Kampala is other drivers, not the roads. Is it a truth or myth?
It's the truth, because in road safety we say you are always right on the road yourself. You can't think for another person. They may do something which will cause, let's say, a fatal accident.
Yeah.
Some people don't put on their indicators when crossing. You come on a high speed. What happens? Someone has not indicated and they're going to cross. That's an accident. So it's only yourself.
It's only you who should be cautious
Yes.
on the road. Okay. Your instructors have a betting pool on which students will pass on the first try.
Myth.
Myth. You have dreamt about a student's driving mistake and woken up stressed about it.
Truth.
Do you want to give us a scenario?
No.
You have used driving metaphors to give life advice more times than you can count.
Truth.
Do you want to give us a scenario?
Yes. I always tell people to be patient in life. Regardless of what you're doing, always be patient. The same way we're always patient in the field is the same way I myself apply that patience in my day-to-day life.
Yeah.
You rush, you crash.
You rush, you crash.
There are no shortcuts in life. That's it.
Okay. Well, you've heard it from Lean Driving School. Where we sit here at Ikaara, we reveal the thinking behind the CEO, and she has shown that yes, there are brains behind just being a CEO. Tell me a story about a student who started terrified but ended up being one of the best drivers you've had.
We've had so many of those, but how we change them is because we have the best instructors. They're very kind, patient. They come the first day, they're worried, am I going to make it? But whenever they encounter our drivers, our instructors, they always calm down. They always want to do it again. They always want to come back because they are comfortable. even our cars, very clean, new. So they enjoy. They enjoy the rides. Yeah.
If your reason is shaky or weak, then that means that you're going to have these two things collide. But if your purpose of becoming a lawyer is genuine and it is authentic as well, not your parents pushing you to become a lawyer, but you wanting to become a lawyer like I did. I became a lawyer because I wanted to save family land, which was at the verge of being taken away. And then by the mercy of God, I managed to save that land after my law school.
Wow.
So it comes back to your purpose of doing this. Then this other thing of, let's say, being talented in other aspects of your life, you can always find a way to juggle those two words as long as the first purpose of doing law was authentic and
The
genuine.
first love of your career was law. Any last remarks before we let you go back to your cows and your clothes and your coffee trees?
Oh, yeah. Last remarks are that I'm so grateful to Ikaara, CEO, for hosting me, for allowing me to share my story, and most importantly, for inspiring other people, other young adults out there, entrepreneurs, lawyers, who feel like maybe it's a bit hard for them to do this, but it's actually possible.
Yeah,
we can do it as long as we put our minds to it and allow ourselves to learn and unlearn, and then relearn some of the societal misconceptions that we are going through, and to also bring you so much love from BMT Africa, one of the companies that I happen to run with my friends. They gave me your present, and I'd like to hand it over to you.
When I hear presents, I dance. When I hear presents. Ooh, BMT Africa. Thank you so much for thinking about Ikaara.
So BMT Africa.
Oh, thank you so much, Big Man Tier.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, thank you,
You're
thank
welcome. I hope you like it.
Yee! Don't worry. Even me, I'm going to begin carrying my crops inside here.
Okay.
But since I'm also a student at university, this is going to be my book. Thank you so much, BMT Africa, for gifting us at Ikaara CEO. And finally, what would be our take home? What would you want us to take home from this episode of Clarity about law, about business, about music, about enabling young talent unleash their potential? For anyone who sits down and they think, Chichi Sobola, if Ian can juggle being a lawyer, a bivul promoter, a farmer, bulichimunga, and logistics, what would be your last words?
Okay, there are just three. The very first one is the fact that everything is possible. Everything that you've ever imagined, ever conceived in your mind, ever thought of, just know it's possible. It could be becoming a lawyer, could be becoming a multi-billionaire, could be becoming a president of this world, becoming one of the great talents that this world has ever seen. It's possible. The other one is that accept to be taught, to learn, unlearn, and relearn some of the things that you're going to be going through, because life is a journey.
Yep.
Life is a game of seasons. Every season comes with its own challenges. So as and when those challenges come around, please make sure that you are able to switch and adapt and move to a different one. Then the very last one is, I think, a money lesson that I've learned in running these businesses. The people that you are one is that you need to allow yourself to be able to work with people.
Yep.
If not, you will never be able to succeed. Because I think in the modern day, it's very hard for you to run any business as a sole proprietor. So now it's companies that are working, it's partnerships, joint ventures. So you need to, one, understand the characters of the people that you're dealing with. If they are not what you want, make sure that you churn them out very fast, or you move away from them very fast. I lost so much money to someone who was so close to me. And it was because we didn't have something in writing. We didn't codify our arrangement, our transaction. So I think it's time that people go to understand that if you're dealing with someone and it involves money, please make sure you have something written down. Make sure you have something codified. If you're sending them money, at least let them acknowledge the receipt on WhatsApp. Or maybe use a bank for you to be able to keep a receipt.